sick to my stomach by the vending machines. They talk to me, I miss it back home where I could really be free. Not free to be something I could let go if that's what you wanted. But I know you really wanna talk. Polaroid pictures by the side of my bed, stuck in my head. Wanna be quicker, was it something I said? Stuck in my head, Everything's playing like a movie scene. I see these photos in all of my bad dreams. They make me sick to my stomach by the vending machines. They talk to me, I miss it back home where I could really be free. Not free to be something. Fall, turn the lights up. Crawl, set my mind up. I know it's getting hard for you, my dear. Oh, so pack your life up. Run away with someone I don't know that I trust. It's easier to part love than fear. Oh, kidding, hiding. But the hard part is deciding, drowning, smiling. And I feel sick to my stomach by the vending machines. They talk to me, I miss it back home where I could really be free. Not free to be something. By the vending machines, they talk to me, I miss it back home where I could really be free. Free to be something.
You're well, chat. I hope you're well.
Free to be something.
Go, boom, boom, boom. Perfect. And we're starting with an ongoing game. Ongoing on the channel it is. Again, source for the weird capture, but it just doesn't want to capture any other way. I do apologize. I'm trying my best. Wait, we can see if we can maybe change it. I can pause. Well, no. I tried my best. It always fit the screen. But yeah, we're continuing, hoping this finds you well. If you weren't here for the last dating game stream, this is a visual novel about two professors in the Victorian / Edwardian time period and their very charged letter exchanges. Spoiler, they're gay. They're very gay. It's very gay. Okay, engage. So we started off with this, and I've got 2 other games as well, depending on how it goes. I'm kind of seeing if we finish this one, because it's about an hour total. I think we played 30 minutes last time. And then we'll see how far we get with the other games. But yeah, I hope you're well. I've had, another day where I'm jetting out in the world, because I had an appointment at my glasses store to get my eyesight checked out. And how crazy. Let me load the game up while we're at it. Because I've been like, oh, I keep whenever I'm at the bus station. There we go. I have the nice music playing while I do my little customary start of stream storytelling. But yeah, so I was like, every time I go to the bus stop, like the main big one in the city, I have to walk much closer than beforehand to see the times the buses are arriving and stuff. I've been like, alright, I should probably go to the optician. Well, like, here it's the case that a lot of glasses stores also offer opticians sales. I hope this better finds you in good health and a prosperous enough position to lie in the pockets of people like me down on their luck. You see, it was my wife you decided too far. Yeah, so I feel like if you like Hamilton, or if you like Ancient Queers, if you were... what's the ship name of them? Hamilton Lawrence shipper in 2016. I think you'll like this game. It is free, and the entire premise is literally just these gay-ass professors writing letters to each other. Hoping this finds you well. My neurons fired. Oopsie. No worries. Don't apologize. No apologies necessary. But yeah, a lot of glasses stores also offer you to do like eyesight testing and shit like immediately on store, and you don't need to go to an extra doctor. I'm like, that's kind of cool. And I've been going to the shop where I buy my glasses for like 4 years, pretty much my entire adult life. Anyway, I went, and it was like a really nice older gentleman who was in store that day. He was really nice. We chatted a little bit about, you know, glasses and about how people apparently don't like the online appointment system because they just, as in they don't like it, but they don't treat it as an actual appointment, and then they just don't show up, and I'm like, so, rip, sauce mate, like, that must be inconvenient. Yeah, because I was like a little early, I was like 2 minutes early, and he made like a joke about how he still needed that extra like minute or so, and I was like, yeah, no worries, I just like to be here early, so, you know, I'm not late. And he was all like, oh, that's very nice, a lot of people don't even show up, and I was like, how? It's so easy, you just book the appointment online and then you go there on the time. Like, huh? But that kind of sucks. Because it's been very nice, like, for example, when I did my passport stuff, I also got to do an online appointment, and it was like my turn pretty much immediately, a lot less wait times. And, I don't know, was weird. Yeah, so I had my eyes checked, and they got so bad. Oh my god, chat, it's not funny. Like, I remember vividly whenever I first got glasses, of how noticeable it was to me, how much my eyesight had gotten worse, but now that it's already kind of bad, it getting even worse, it just seems like a little bit worse, not as much. I got a full dioptrin worse. I'm at minus 5.0, chat. Despair. And the guy was like, oh, you're born 99. You have a few years where I can like shift around more. And I was like, hopefully not too much. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's getting bad. It's getting bad. It was previously like 3.75 or something for me. So, rip for that. So, of course, I have to get a new pair of glasses, because this glasses shop is very nice and very affordable, but it doesn't do replacement glasses, as in, you can't keep the same model. But I basically went with the exact model I currently have, except the frames, like the metal framing around the bottom of the glasses is gold instead of black, which I think looks quite cute, looks fun. I was having a chat with the guy about how I need more square glasses shapes, because round doesn't work in my face shape very well. Just makes me look too round. But yeah, so I did that, and oh my god, it was €150, chatters. Oh, despair. Despair having to pay like 120 for my passport and ID and stuff a few days ago, and now having to pay another 150 for glasses. Ugh. The glasses wearers, RIP to honors. I mean, that's cheap. It is cheap for glasses. It is very cheap, and like they're good quality and hold up. Like, I've had 3 glasses. This is my 3rd pair from them then, and I've only had 1 pair that broke on one side, but this pair that I've been having has been going on for like 2 years, so I had to get that. Yeah, it's just expensive for someone with a monthly salary that isn't even €150 a month. So for me, it's like a month's salary immediately with one expense. That's kind of a lot. Rip. Oh my god. But yeah, so I did do that, and I also went to the hairdresser, which is another expensive thing, because rural hairdressers where I live, they take loads of money for no reason. It's like stupid. My haircut's like stupid expensive for what it is, but you know, I like the guy that I go to, so I'm like, it's a small business, so, and he does have a little like stamp card where if you've had 10 haircuts, your 11th one is for free, so you know what, it's fine. So I did get my hair all cut short, especially in the back, because I don't like when it gets warmer and all the hair sticks in the back of your neck and you're just like, ugh, you know, anyone get me? So, I've got the haircut, but I also want to dye my hair, because if you don't know, I have, if you haven't seen me ever, but some of you have, I have pretty lame brown hair. I just have plain darkish brown hair, So sometimes I like to spruce it up and dye my hair like a different shade of brown. Because then it still looks like it doesn't damage the hair too much because I'm not bleaching the hair, I'm just dyeing on top of it. So, yay, I got this one like caramel brown. And I'm gonna dye my hair probably like tomorrow or something. This is definitely not to distract myself from the stress of writing my term paper. No! Clueless. Clueless. But yeah, so that's been me at the moment. A load of term paperwork. Sure, Bucko, Clueless, yeah. A lot of reading very boring, long texts about higher education. It's something. I'll tell you, chat. At the moment, I'm reading a text. Well, it's a book. I'm just reading part of it. I'm not reading the entire book because it's 500 pages. Called For the Common Good, A New History of Higher Education in America. And it's not as drab as it could be, Siring, I know. It's not as drab as it could be. There's been worse, but at least this one is an ebook format and not PDF screen captures of like a book from 1965. So, bro is trying, but yeah, so far I've written, like 4 pages of a 15-page paper, and I've got loads of notes, though, so I'm trying my best. But alas, let us read this new letter here. The 12th of mid-spring, 1904. My dear Professor Ludical. Oh, okay, if you don't know, one of the professors, this guy is like an aspiring new academic, and the other character basically offered him an assistant professor job, and they're just constantly complimenting each other in these letters, and it's very Gage. A simple game you propose, presupposing that gods grow from demons and that demons can be found in unsavory areas. What is the next line of inquiry? Slay, Gage. The entrepreneur would ask where there might be found a way to market this knowledge, how to profit off of it. The charitable types would ask how we might use our findings to prevent further harm to the less fortunate, those whose homes are attacked and terrorized by demons. But we are seekers of truth, are we not? There's not enough data to accomplish anything, yet. We do not know why demons seem drawn to areas where one might expect suffering to occur. Though I would hazard a guess that the entire train of thought is backwards. That demons might not be drawn to them, but that these places might be their genesis. In the monotheistic religions of the continent, there is always a supreme deity who has made it all. But if man does not come from God, and gods come from man, your average monotheistic worshipper could no doubt cease contributing to the collection plate. Especially if, as you seem to be implying, it is the less noble sentiments which birth such beings. If gods are born due to agony, then it paints a very grim picture of our existence, does it not? Very cynical of you. Not me waking up before 9 AM on both days on the weekend, but waking up at 9:30 today. KW, you are a madman, James. But it matters very little whether you are a cynic or an optimist. It matters only whether you are right. And this is a line of inquiry that, even if your hypotheses are proved wrong, will bear some fascinating data. You haven't convinced me, but I look forward to this research nonetheless. Your good friend... It's cut off, but okay, you tried. The guy. P.S. If it comes to my mind right now that my answer might in fact be wrong, that my line of logic could be far from your requested answer, and that I will have penned something so inherently blasphemous that even you will balk. But I think not. You and I are too alike in mind for me to have arrived at the wrong conclusion. Gay as fuck. Bro really was like, we're so alike, I can't even think differently than you. You write like a gentleman, but there's something wild in your way of thinking. Bet you're thinking about the wild ways, huh? And as for myself, I am much, much too clever to have erred. Jesus Christ. We're getting intense. I like this guy, he's cute. The other guy's also cute, to be fair. The 27th of mid-spring, 1904. Before we read this new letter, I will indulge a little bit more of chatting about yapping my life in front of the chatters. I hope you don't mind, lads. But yeah, so that was my actual erranding. But I also, aside from reading stuff for uni, have finished Five Survive, which is my current, well, was my current read. If you don't know, it's the latest, before the newest latest, but that hasn't arrived, so it is the latest published from Holly Jackson, who wrote the Good Girl's Guide to Murder books. And this is her, I think, first standalone after that series had finished. And the whole point is road trip, 6 friends in an RV. It breaks down in the middle of the night. They first think it's an accident, but oh wait, it's on purpose, and there's a sniper in the night that's threatening to take them out unless one of the 6 people that has a secret divulges the secret to the sniper. And it's about them being trapped in this RV, trying to, like, find out what the fuck's going on, basically. And I finished it. It's a good thriller. Is it as good as the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series? No. It doesn't have the character strength, or honestly, the plot strength. No offense to the book. It is a good book. It's a good thriller. It's well written. It's classic Holly Jackson style. And it has some intriguing mystery elements, of course. The finale, I'm not going to spoil the finale, but the ending of the book is very dramatic and very, like, it did not need to do all of that. You know what I mean? Anyone feel that? Because I feel like that's a common thriller issue, though. I feel like there's quite a few where the setup of the mystery is really cool, and then they reveal what the mystery was. And you're like, you could have just done this without it being so over the top. Like, it could have been a bit more grounded, and it would have been honestly better. And also, it does have, like, a little bit, like, weak characters. Like, they're very archetypes, which I feel like maybe because it's a standalone compared to a series, we didn't have enough time for these characters to be more than just, like, the archetype that they're represented. Like, the best friend, or, like, the love interest, or, you know what I mean, or the older brother and stuff like that. So I feel like that could have been better. I still gave it a 4 and 5. It's well written, it's tense, it's very, like, fast-paced, it's action-heavy, it's thrilling, as it should be, it's a thriller. But yeah, would recommend, but if I'm saying, like, it wouldn't be my first pick of recommendation from Holly Jackson. However, when I logged it, that's why I was kind of waffling a bit, I found out that she's actually publishing a new book in a few days. It's coming out the 2nd of April, called The Reappearance of Rachel something, I forgot the last name. Which looks interesting, so I'm hyped, you know. But I'm not like I feel like that next book, the Rachel reappearance book, is gonna be my make or break, because you know how it is, right? Is it you only like a particular series of an author and you don't love the author, or is it like an author where whatever book you buy you're gonna have a great time? I feel like Five Survive didn't convince me to be like a ride or die for Holly Jackson. Not quite yet. So I'm waiting on this new book. I'll read that, and I will... Doesn't mean I will never read another book of hers again if I don't love that next one, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean. But yeah, so I was happy that I finished it, because I was doing all of that travel again today, and then I decided I should read a book called Young Jane Young, which I think is kind of a fictionalized account of I know her name, Monica Lewinsky. Yes, my brain. If you don't know Monica Lewinsky, she is the woman who was having an affair with Bill Clinton. Although I feel like affair is kind of a light word, considering she was like 20 and he was the president of the United States, but you know, whatever. This is a 90s scandal. But yeah, I think this book is kind of like, what if this happened in like a social media era? I don't know. I haven't read it yet. I just put it aside for my next book to read. Because while I'm reading all of these very drab texts for uni, I'm like, I need something fun occasionally. But speaking of reading, but in a fun way, let's go on with this letter. 27th of Mid-Spring, 1904. My most dear and clever Professor Faraday. Is it arrogant to know that one is correct? Surely not. It is a measure instead of confidence and a sign that they see clearly. Okay, bro. Forgive my trepidation. This little test was necessary, for I have heard my ideas called unthinkable, and wished to ensure that your mind was quite capable of thinking as mine does. Can you imagine my delight upon reading, as you both passed my test and alighted upon my motivation? It is a wondrous thing to hold a secret in one's heart, and without uttering it, to hear it reflected back through the words of another. I scarcely know where to begin in sharing what proof I have with you. It is written down in dozens upon dozens of notebooks, and references countless texts. Such a study must indeed be done in a study, and thus must wait until your arrival, so much more's the pity. I have had an additional desk and some shelves brought into my office at the university, so that you will have a workspace of your own. When you arrive, if you should require additional space, I could clear out more of my own possessions. I do the bulk of my research at my home, however, which is on its grounds, an operating theatre and adjoining study. From time to time, I've hosted public demonstrations, including the occasional dissections of cadavers for the benefit of students in the greater biology department. But it is primarily a private space, and with such an abundant area in which to work, it would be selfish indeed not to offer you all you might need of my university office to you. Damn, inviting him at home, are we? Hearing of your travels and being reminded of my thesis, you recently inspired me to take up additional field work. It's one thing looking into reports of demonic activity, setting up the vials and strips of film, waiting for chemical residue to enter into the vials, and then trickle upon the film, making itself clear enough to take measurements. It is another step forward entirely to try outpace the subjects themselves. One might as well ask people if their homes were infested with rats. Finding a delicate way to imply that you believe someone's property to be possessed of a demon is tricky, and the same rhetorical stratagem will not work on two different people. The utmost discretion must be promised and upheld. My position at Ainitich offers me some advantage, and confers upon me an authority that the layman would lack. But even then I have little to offer unless I lie and claim that I have a means of removing the demon that plagues the people with whom I speak. The large destructive species, why do we refer to these categories of demons as species? I have increasing doubt that they reproduce as living creatures do. Are simple enough to identify, their cruelties are fierce and often cause property damage or even loss of life. And when the police is called, the papers are always filled with stories of triumphal battles. Such demons are rarely a match for a trained man with a pistol, but I am beginning to collect more and more tales of more subtle demons who act in the most erratic of manners. Small toys constantly found under the feet of parents, whispering things about their children, disappearing when I come to call, and reappearing in their children's cradles later on. Ugh. Small wriggling mounds that attach to the back of people's mouths? Ugh. Blowing frigid air down their throats, preventing them from voicing concerns. Demons who lurk about vanity mirrors, leaving identical reflected messages in a dripping ooze, miles and miles apart from one another. These subtle species, loathsome term, are infrequently reported to the authorities, and thus there are a woeful lack of research on them. I cannot speculate as to how many there might be out there, but it is certainly more than the 5 commonly accepted species. And often I cannot validate these claims with my own eyes. It is only the superchemical readings that prove validity. I have been in one home, at least, where the readings were nearly double what I'd seen atop a church altar. I doubt that any gods were present in that church, but as for the home, I will be returning in a week. Those readings are much too fascinating to pass by. Look forward as ever to your return correspondence, and remain as ever your friend, Harold Lucidigo. Good old Harold. Alright, the 5th of Post-Spring. I really like these season terms. They're quite fun. My good Harold Ludico. I never know how to say his fucking name. Ha! I knew I was right. There wasn't a doubt in my mind. And by the winds, when you step into a matter, you really leap with both feet. Do you ever read fiction by any chance? There's many a morality play that would discourage you from such explanation of a home undergoing a severe demonic possession. If I were to arrive in Ainatich only to learn of your sudden and grisly demise, then I would be quite upset. City, so true. Are you capable of self-defense? I'm no scoundrel, but I have, in my time, blackened the eye of 1 or 2 obnoxious pirates, and could put my fists to work once more. But only if it was a very little demon, I must say. It is not cowardice that compels me to speak so. Simply the same clear-headedness you yourself mentioned, sure, mate. Still, chief among all the mysteries before me, the one I wish most to unravel is that of your preferences. Gay as fuck. In regard to drink, I may clarify. Yes, this is how it... My brother in Christ. Imagine walking up to someone and being like, I want to know your preferences. Parentheses, about drinks. It's all about drinks. I promise. I promise it's just about drinks. Imagine you to be a man of refined palate, whereas I cannot tell a sherry from a... I don't know enough types of wine to list more than one, even for the sake of displaying my ignorance. However, do not suppose that that makes me uncultured. It is true that at sea, spirits are both a vital pastime and source of nutrition. On our vessel, the captain not only transports rum, but her wife... Gage. Sausage. Is familiar with the procedures necessary to produce it. She has several tricks which enable her to preserve the plants for long periods of time, and these fresh ingredients allow her much freedom in the production of new and strange spirits. Indeed, her own experimentation formed the basis of my own fascination with... Oh, I can't read that word. Something when I was, since I was quite young. It's very annoying that, like, part of the dialogue gets cut off by this line here. But, yeah, can we get some people prides? I think we have people pride. There we go. This ship can be a troublesome home, and I long for dry land, but her kindness and diligence are among the rare things I miss when I am away. All this is to say that, while I may not have sampled aged cherries or some form of dessert white wines, or whatever it is in vogue in Ainatich, I have had rums and ice wines and ciders beyond compare. I plan to steal a bottle from them to bring along as a gift. Fret not about whether it will be missed, for what goes round comes round, as they say. I cannot exercise from my mind the idea of you so willingly leaping into the fray with demons. And again I implore you to exercise caution. I've seen some demons on my own travels, and the lengths to which local surgeons must go in order to remove them from the afflicted are ghastly and terrible. You may be familiar with the removal of a man's body parts in a clean surgical setting from a body which has no use of them, but it is rather a different thing to see an arm or eye ridden with an entity removed for the safety of its bearer. It is no calm, curious undertaking, but a noisy and fundamentally horrific one. You may think that I jest, or that, as sailors' kin, I am partial to telling tales, but I do not think on these times with lurid amusement. And my otherwise pleasant thoughts of you become more grim indeed when mixed with these grim memories. Thus remain cautious, and I shall remain your anxious friend, Hawley Faraday. So based. Base G, relatable. Just signing off a message with your anxious friend. 27th of Post-Spring, Night before. My most dear Harold Ludichel. Against my best efforts, I am something of an anxious person. Fair. And while you have been under no compulsion to write, your consistent correspondence has been well received each time. I do not mean to pry, but after your last letter, some small word that you are still well would do much to soothe this current bout of insecurity. Sailing has been somewhat unpleasant in the weeks since I received your letter. I loathe dishonesty, which is why I wish to warn you that I may omit some of the details from this account. I watched the Black Death sink a naval frigate last night. The frigate was ironclad and armed to the gills. One of its cannons scored an excellent shot into the mast of the Death, and against any but that dreadful vessel, that shot would have heralded its end. But what the frigate lacked in had in defense, it lacked in speed, and what? Something. I may have been at sea frequently since my infancy, and likely seen more than my share of battles. I should not have looked. but the clumping, floating islands of rats, bobbing over and overtaking the frigate, were far too much for me. There was also some damage done. Oh, it's not there. Christ. Some damage done to our vessel, and though we escaped our attacker, we lost a gunner. She was a friend, and as loud as the men on deck may be, the ship feels too quiet for her absence. Please write back soon. I remain your anxious and sad friend, Holy Faraday. No! Why is it sad now? Oh my god, he still hasn't replied! No! The 11th of Anti-Summer. Not even a year. No! And he's not there reading the letters. Dispatch. My dear Professor Ludichel, if you have written, your letter has been lost. I cannot fathom as to why else one would not arrive. I cannot have said anything to offend you, and regardless of how you could have responded, nothing could offend me so much as this oppressive silence. You will explain this matter at once. Yours, Holly Faraday, who hopes to continue to refer to himself as Assistant Professor of Suprabiological Studies at Tisch University. No, the cheery music's gone too. No! It's the 20th of Anti-Summer 1904. Okay, it's still the same year. Professor Ludical. The papers have not reported on the untimely death of an Anatish professor, and thus I can draw no conclusion, but that I'm being ignored. What have I done? Where you once penned such words of encouragement and esteem, I am met with silence. I'm baffled, Ludichel. He's not even going with the first name, no! The letters are piling up, no! Write at once, Holy Faraday, no! Dispatch. He's writing back! 20th of Anti-Summer. 1904. My most noble and patient Faraday. He's reading it, okay. I cannot apologize enough for the gap in correspondence. Upon reading your letter dated mid-spring, my mind was seized with the most diverting line of inquiry, and I found myself lost within it, helpless to resist pursuing. I have made less headway than hoped, and I am forced to admit that while the idea is a grand one, it will take some doing before I can conceive of a way to bring it to pass. This dickhead. Bro just didn't write for like 3 months. The human body is too complex and our tools are too firmly rooted in the physical and not in the supernatural. I will have to build from the ground up, like man caving the first shards of one rock from itself, fashioning the first blade. But again, I am ahead of myself. That I am, well, not consumed by some demon is plain by the existence of this letter, damn. You also inquired as to whether or not I read fiction. By way of my sincere apology, I offer you the enclosed volume. It is a favourite of mine, and I cannot look upon the pages without wading into a great body of nostalgia. There are words within these pages that hold special meaning to me alone, the product of youthful misunderstandings or similarities to the faces and locales which I knew, and thus could picture while reading. In church, it is still fashionable to make small offerings of that which is meaningful to us. It is thus I place this precious token on the altar of our friendship. Gay as fuck. Gayest fucking shit I've ever heard. Take this incredibly sentimental item to me to apologize. It is a seafaring tale which sparked in me no small amount of enthusiasm for exploration. And though I have explored ideas, not foreign lands, several of the ideas presented within this book are in line with those I continue to wish to uphold. I cannot write you a letter long enough to fill the empty days, but instead please take these words, which I have not penned, but that have penned me. Scoff. Tell me that it is pure drivel. Roll your eyes as you read it. Burn it. Only tell me that it is accepted and that I am forgiven. I had thought my letters to you a little distraction, and scarcely imagined them to be of the importance with which you imbued them. I shall not make that mistake a second time. Though you must understand, there are times when my research can cause me to withdraw for weeks on end. It is primarily for this reason why I require assistance regarding my classes. Self-control may rank among the virtues, but when there are secrets such as I am glimpsing left to be plundered, I cannot speak towards any desire to withhold myself from their pursuit. Occasionally I will be like this, but you must understand that it is not of any lack of esteem for you. In truth, you, and all the others, stand to benefit a great deal from what I may learn. So it is your forgiveness and your understanding which I beg. You have not wasted your hopes and your time in correspondence with me, and all will be prepared for you before the term begins. If we are to be merely colleagues, I shall understand why. But for my part, I do indeed remain your... The pause, guys! Friend! He paused, he so paused. Guys, he was like, I do remain your friend! Surely. The 27th. Damn, these letters are getting back and forth fast. You great and incomprehensible ass! Oh my god. This is very funny. I was like... The parts where it's like about random demons, I'm like, okay, it's fine, you know, I'm not super in depth, but now they're really pulling out like the banger dialogue. Of course I will forgive you. The slightest very little in comparison with the fears I had that you had indeed perished. But as my adoptive mother says, it is better to be enraged than afraid. And I may have taken it a trifle too far. Not that you didn't deserve it. Is this really how you conduct yourself? It is certain that you do require assistance, perhaps more than I am capable of. My surgical duties include regularly dislodging your head from your posterior. Probably like, you need to get your hand out of your ass. I wish very much to stay upset with you, but the emotion is fleeting. Your letter is too earnest. I refuse to believe that it could have been composed with an ounce of artifice. Well beyond the artifice used to twist it through manners and into words, I suppose. You will write once a month. I cannot stand to go longer between letters. If it is simply a postcard that says, I'm a buffoon and obsessed with work, H, then I shall content myself with that. Well, I shall not be contented, but I shall know that you are in the land of living, if such an academic life can be called living. You are my friend, and I remain your friend. Holly Faraday. P.S. You have a nickname. I'm afraid I have lost all respect for you from this. I must call you by ass, if not given a suitable alternative. Oh my god. Ollie is a very funny guy. A postcard marked the 9th of Midsummer, 1904. I'm a buffoon and obsessed with work, H. Midsummer, 9th of Midsummer, 1904. My dear Faraway, a jest, I assure you, a jest. See, I'm also writing you a proper letter. I will stand against the siren call of research for an hour or so longer. Whatever is necessary to complete this letter. Troll behavior. I remind you that our place of work is an exceptionally formal establishment, and not the place of first names, let alone terms of endearment. That being said, my friends call me Harry, and I implore you to do the same. Gay ass. Bro is like, we should be formal. Look at him. Bro blushing. He was like, we live in a formal environment, but here's my name that only my friends call me, so call me that, please. Does Horny have a short form? One might suppose Lee, perhaps, but I will wait until I hear back from you. This is not the sort of thing that would do, lying awake, sleep inaccessible, utterly flummoxed as to how Horny might be shortened. In my haste to respond, I realize that I had not offered my condolences for the death of your crewmate. Write that she was a friend, and from your letters I gather that the ship has been your home for much of your life. Had you known her long? There is some difference between the loss of an old friend and that of a new friend, but both can hurt as deeply, for at times connections can be forged fast, especially, one would expect, while in such close quarters at sea. You also mentioned that drink was a popular pastime of your ship, and that the captain's wife was something of a brewer. I wasn't raised in Anitich and come from a smaller town in the north. My father was a pastor, and there was little in the way of entertainment beyond his sermons each week. Small stills and big appetites could be found there as well, and while I of course now prefer a quiet stimulating evening at the club to one of the bars of my youth, there was a certain rough charm to a gang of young boys attempting to drink their weight in whatever swill was available at the time. But the more distance I put between myself and that young terror, the better. I was once told that my accent comes out after my third drink, and that was the day I limited myself to 2 in an evening. Mustn't have too much of a good thing. But if you still see fit to bring along a bottle, then I will happily partake of 2 full glasses. Though I suppose the bar's on my mind because I will be visiting one tomorrow to take readings. A colleague mentioned that if my current pursuits included places of debauchery, then a place that ensnares victims to the lure of drink would be a promising locale. He is absolutely correct, of course, and I made contact with the owner of the bar right away. She did not seem to mind so long as she was paid for her efforts. I will, of course, be forced to stay for an entire evening in the wretched place, but one must take pains along with the path to the truth. Remain as always, your friend, Harry Lunachow! Dude, you are not subtle. You guys are so not subtle. Yes, I was speaking to the provost not 2 days ago when he inquired as to certain details of your life. I realized that I don't even know the name of your vessel. I've been addressing these letters to a post box in the southeastern coast, but that is the extent of my knowledge. All I could remark was that it must be some extraordinary quick vessel located along the Middle Sea. Quick and clever enough to outpace the Black Death. We did, I confess, have some number of good-natured jokes accusing you of being a member of that dread crew, so please allow me to clear your name, or the staff will be quite disappointed when you emerge from some trade ship, both eyes and legs intact. PPS, if you do have a parrot, I should quite like to meet her. The music's back. Okay, I'm a bit more cheery. I was really hoping this doesn't end with a death, and I still hope it doesn't. 20th of Midsummer, 1904. My surprisingly jovial Harry. Harry it is then. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I do not have any nicknames worthy of repeating. They call me several things on this ship, many of them meant to be affectionate, I'm sure, but I would much prefer you not to treat me with the same casual, sisterly teasing if it's all the same to you. It is a wonder, is it not, the modern postal service. My adoptive mother has mentioned several times how fortunate I am to be able to correspond with you so rapidly. While at sea, no less. Spare me the marveling over what is, and instead, I would always prefer to look toward what shall be. Regarding your postscript, I do not own a parrot, but your sea-loving mind should be pleased to learn that one of the crew does indeed have one. It is not uncommon for a vessel to transport animal passengers, as well as human. It is an investment, you see. Animals from more tropical climates sell well something something. I even have heard stories of folks who train their birds to pick the locks on their cages and fly home to the ship after a day or so. In this way, the same bird may be sold several times, and companionship between man and animal is not broken. Parrots are fiercely loyal creatures, 10 times as devoted as a dog. The sight of a parrot with its master is a thing of singular sweetness, balanced only by the wretchedness with which the awful thing treats all others. Loyalty is a strange thing, is it not? It is so beautiful when one is being loyal to you, and so chilling when you are left on the outside of it. For a person to value the company of another so highly, logic no longer enters into the matter. Our ship is filled with that sort of loyalty. 2 gentlemen, a Mr. Suetus and Mix Shade. Holy shit. This is some fancy ass stuff. I didn't expect there to be that much representation in the game. That's very cool. Working on their passage from one continent to another, always together. Cetus has the distinctive ears of a member of fair folk and can ever be seen throwing back his head. He would be a poor worker if he were able to sit still. But as his hands cannot help but be at something, the captain keeps him busy, seemingly at all hours. While Shade, to my best guess, while identifying as neither male or female, goat, instead has taken on the properties of a liquid and stays about the ship as usual as you please. It is not until Suetus has a request of them that they spring into action, and as the two work together, both their faces are twin-like in their eagerness and zest for life. The crew mutters that Shade might be some servant or marionette of Suetus's, that they do not come to life without the will of Suetus. And while I may have difficulty distinguishing expressions, my own poor eyesight is part of it, but it does not matter how close I get, the nuance of a false or true smile are lost to me, another reason I despise bold-faced untruths. Shade and Suetus' voices have a depth of little tells and the quiet little rhythms of their inner tenderness. If those two do not love one another, then I have never seen love. And while I have not, per se, known a real and true love myself, my adoptive parents are a disgustingly blatant example of it. One always so damnedly proud of the other, even when what she's done is objectively quite ordinary. Does he have gay adoptive moms? Important question. I suppose it must be nice to find such joy in the mediocre, but it is loathsome and obnoxious to be on the outside of it. Have you ever loved? I damn! Holy coming in! Crossing that out. You gay boy, you are so gay. And as I said before, there's a parrot aboard at the moment, and she delights in screaming. And did you know that she delights as well in the screaming of others? It is impossible not to shout at her to be quiet, at which point she rears a great chest of feathers atop her head and begins to scream back at you all the louder. Were she a woman, the rising of that chest would be the same as a wide Cheshire grin. The screaming, well, I suppose that might be the same as a cry of joy. One cannot scream at a parrot, one may only punish them with silence. For its part, the accursed bird has made friends with the overabundance of rats in our hold, delights in snatching food off of plates and dropping it down to them. Few things can make the captain smile, but both the rats and the bird are smart, and occasionally the parrot will give a chittering cry, to which one or two rats will flock, upon which point she will append her food dish, scream with delight as the rats feast, no doubt grateful for their supper. The captain always praises the bird. Hi, Consequent! Welcome in, King! How are you? Lovely to see you. We're reading some gay-ass letters in this, gay-ass visual novel. The captain always praises the bird for this little trick, while the bird will not consent to be petted by any but its owner. It does seem to enjoy the acknowledgement. I suppose some little acknowledgement. Just coming from 1 minute of ads. Sorry, King. It happens. Not much I can do. Normally pre-rolls should be disabled, but Twitch just does shit sometimes. I suppose some little acknowledgement, even if it is not honor, is still enough to make it happy from time to time. Your friend without nickname, Holly Faraday. Drama. So much drama here. 2nd of post, summer 1904. My dear friend without nickname. 1 month until the start of term. I await either your arrival or your letter within the next 2 weeks. When you make port, send one off by evening mail. Mail is collected thrice daily in Aditich. It shall reach me very quickly, and we shall be able to arrange to meet at our leisure. I could never play something like that, not gonna lie. It is like a bit of a commitment for me, like, to read everything out loud, but I do quite enjoy a nice story. And for this one, it's like they're both academics. One of them is on a ship, one of them is in this university. Them talking about academics isn't particularly compelling to me because it's not a subject matter I have researched myself. But like the little snide commentary and them like flirting basically is quite nice. The modern postal service indeed. Have you been able to find lodgings yet? Apartment chair mentioned that you'd written to him, asking if there were any apartments within the city who looked favourably upon faculty, and might be willing to cut a deal on lodgings. My dear Hawley, if you are in need of financial assistance, please do not overlook myself as a source of aid. I own my own house in Aditich, and it has 2 guest rooms. Really inviting him in. You may stay for as long as you require, for once you have your paycheck in hand, I'm certain that finding permanent rooming would be no difficulty at all for you. Is he like, and they were roommatesing him? Your little tale of the parrot on your ship was utterly charming. With a light edit or two, you might want to keep it at the ready for staff events. I'm certain that it would delight others, for I found myself, days afterward, chuckling at it myself over my evening coffee. What an intelligent beast! Though my heart does reach out to it, if it so dearly loves its current master, would it not be desperately saddened once sold? It was nearly enough to make me wish that it were one of those criminal birds of which you spoke. Better to be a scoundrel than alone. Crossed out, damn. I assume there's nothing to be done and hope that its new home will dote upon it just the same. There are truly people of a non-binary persuasion aboard your ship. That is a funny-ass phrase, but... I did not know, because I thought this was just a, like, historically accurate visual novel that's, like, 1904 wasn't particularly, the same when it came to understandings of gender and sexuality. But it seems to be like a parallel universe where it is the similar setting at the similar time, but the attitudes are more modern. You must tell me all about them. I'm fortunate to live in as progressive a city as Aditich, but the public here has not quite figured out its feelings. Hi, Fox Society. Welcome in, King. the drama. There's a general sort of consensus that, but much like with one's supper, it is impolite not to partake of the whole of whatever is placed in front of you. In some parts of the world, there are men forced to live out their lives as women, and thus it would be the height of ingratitude for a man here in Anatich to not wear the trousers and pronouns so graciously bequeathed to him by society. I myself have a friend from a religious home who was fortunate enough to not have been disinherited, as so many are, after insisting on his male identity. You can find it in me that, on occasion, he quite missed being treated as a lady, but had heard of others who had all respect revoked for such greed. Damn. But yeah, I did not think that they would have this much queer representation in this game, but I'm very glad to see it. It's very interesting to think of like what would be if we lived in a parallel timeline where queer identities had more room to grow early on. Never seen trans rep in a game before. Oh wow. I have a few times, but not in a visual novel like this. That's like a historical setting. So I assume this is kind of like, well, not assume, it is a alternative history, not like accurate history, which is great. I think it's good. This is not to say that there are no people here who live openly adhering to neither gender, but it is a careful endogenous line they tread. Rather than the beauty of experimentation, it seems that society has decided that they should live without the benefits of either. That if one wishes to have none of the downsides of gender, they must also renounce any benefit. Fascinating. This is quite a lovely, like, game so far. Like, it took me a while to get into it, but the dialogue writing is very well done, the art style is great, and I really am excited to see all of this representation. There's a certain fairness, I suppose, and I find myself tongue-tied when I attempt to argue against that perspective, but it does vex me so. It does, however, vex me in private, and these thoughts are deeply unfashionable. I've considered omitting this bit of the letter and rewriting, as is my custom when I am too indulgent in writing, but I will put my faith in your discretion once more. It is difficult to remain in low spirits. Your arrival shall occur within the month. I have made a list of restaurants and gardens which might be of interest to you. Had I been at sea for months, I would want a chance to stretch my legs. There are several of which are lovely in the evenings. Parasols are only appropriate for women, otherwise there are many gardens that, even this late in the season, are flush with bright flowers. Anatich is a cold city, there is no doubt of that. I hope you have prepared with a winter wardrobe. I know many who have immigrated from the southern coast who mistakenly assumed that a light sweater would be enough to protect them in a snowstorm. But then, the innocent joy with which they met their first snowfall, that would be a marvelous way to see your face. A light with a novel, wonderful experience. Please forgive my meandering. You may react as you please to whatever you please. I am far too overeager to share the city with you. I must cut this letter short, lest my eagerness embarrasses me further. He's so passionate in his writing, I love this. Look at him blushing! Like, I heard you say cold and was like, how is that related to winter clothes, Kek W? Very silly. Yours, Harry Ludogal. I think it's so cute. As an aspiring poet and writer, I really love this. Yo! That is cool. What kind of stuff do you write? What topics do you enjoy? If you want to share. P.S. Would you be offended if I took you to a distiller of rum? She's quite proud of her work. You have a taste for it? Or is your palate staunchly loyal to what your mother has made? Would you prefer to try new beverages? This is a long postscript. And what of shows? Music halls are not really in vogue for those of our position, but there are some that are a touch more respectable. The opera is much more refined, but casual attire has been going out of style. I write whatever comes to mind, mostly feelings, so I'm writing a horror/love story in German at the moment. That's exciting. Good luck with it. If you find yourself bored by 4 acts of some comedic persuasion, I cannot stand the tragedies, but this season has 2 shows with the most unintelligible shenanigans, one of which being an absolute favorite of mine, and the soprano who has joined this past year. Her voice strong, but light and clear as a bell. Let me know, and I shall procure 2 tickets instead of 1. Gay as fuck. Be like, hey, do you want to go to the opera immediately? Let me show you all of these plans I'm making. The 7th of post-summer, 1904. My exuberant friend. Procure that 2nd ticket and address your next letter to this inn. This landfall will be my last for the term. As upset as I may be with that addle-brained department chair, I suppose it is working out. And my sentence didn't make sense. I mean, my poetry's mostly about feelings, and the story in general is the love horror story. Sorry, I'm horrible at communicating. No worries, I got what you meant. I do write, like, some poetry occasionally as well. Not very often, but I tend to also go with current feelings, situations in my life, so... But horror love is, like, very interesting. Is it, like, the love story has horror elements, or it's, like, a horror story, but there's also love? Like, I'm trying to visualize. Definitely sounds interesting. I would love to read it. It's like a horror story turning into a love story. Ooh. Monster love story? There's definitely a big audience on that. Sort of. Yes, yo, that's sick. I would be very obliged to make use of your guest room for the next 1 or 2 weeks. I hate the Twitch smile emotes. Ah! They look horrible. Okay, but all of them look terrible. Like, can we just agree? They just look weirdly... Yeah, they look terrifying. It's like, literally, the normal smile emote is like Peepo smile stare. Like, the vibes. Like, it's... Let me have my smile siring. I'm sorry. Yeah, like, on Discord, like, because it loves to just do, make it into... Because, okay, hear me out. Emojis and emoticons are not the same. The emotions are completely different. Like, putting, like, a normal, like this type smile with one... Imagine this smile, but only one smile, basically. I do use this one. Versus the actual just, like... emoji smile is just completely different. And you need both, okay? The situations are not the same. Like, if you just look at the... Where is it? I'm getting it, lads. I need it. Where art thou? But you know what I mean. I really tried to find it. It's just not there. People cute question. Yeah, go on. Emoji smile and emoticon smile convey completely different emotions. Real. Yes, Consequent. Will you participating in this year's art fight, People Cute? Maybe. I actually haven't ever, but maybe I should. Props to it. Haps, that's cool. What is it? Yeah, that would also be my next question. It really depends on what time. July. Maybe then. The only thing that I have going on in July is my birthday, but that's like one day. Have you played the Portal games already? I haven't. We will eventually on the channel. I did get them when they were, like, super cheap. Ragey, do it already? I will! We're getting there. You have the games, Ragey? I know! But if I really decided what game to stream based on what game I already own, I would just stream new games every day and never finish any. Because I have so many unplayed games. We'll get it. And we will definitely also do Portal 2 co-op. If there's certain people who would love it. Portal doesn't take that. It doesn't, I know. Maybe in April. People smile. Yeah. Maybe in April, lads. But also, talking of long-standing things, I can tease this, but I won't, like, 100% confirm what day yet. But we're finally... Hey, Pookie, log on to Portal 2 co-op, Jay. But yeah, speaking of long-awaited things, finally, in the first week of April, everything's pointing towards it. I will, like, double confirm again, but as it stands, we are finally doing the Stardew Valley co-op stream. Can I get some hype? I have put off, not on purpose put off, but like I haven't been able to organize the co-op stream for like 2 years, I think. I originally was very married to the idea to do it with a specific person. We've really tried to make it work. There was a lot of tech and personal stuff going on and issues, so it got like delayed and delayed and delayed. Do the other person know a lot about the game? Some do, yes. But like the way we've decided to do it is there's a bunch of my friends, everyone who look just like Stardew and wants to hang out. We're just doing that first stream together, like no obligation for it to become a big thing or anything, but I promised I should get Stardew some days, Danky. I have owned Stardew Valley for a ridiculous amount of time, but because I basically promised that my first time ever playing it would be co-op, I never did it. But finally we got together, like, some people who have interest and time to play, and it's gonna be in the first week of April. I'm gonna look up when I got Stardew Valley on Steam, because I bought it once when it was like, no, I don't think I even bought it. I think I got it gifted. Either gifted or bought it when it was like crazy on sale, and I have been waiting for that seal of that first stream to be broken. It is a good game though, it only has gendered player character options. Yeah, that is a bit of a shame. But I know a lot of people are very into Stardew. I love like farming sims, and I like pixel games, so I'm very sure I'll enjoy myself. Let me see. But yeah, because I was like always committed to the idea of having that first stream be a co-op stream. I've owned it for a long time but never played it. Trying to get money in my new save. Base G. I'm checking out what I load more activity. Let me check. I can see when I got it. I honestly don't remember. Can you see that somewhere? Honestly, I don't remember. Info. Let me see. I'm really trying to figure out when I got this game. Okay, oh, I remember. There's like a purchase thing on the account, like purchase history. There you go, view purchase history. Look by GoToMods if they haven't updated already. Good idea. Let me see. Yeah. December 31st, 2022. And yes, I bought it when it was on crazy sale. That's how long I've owned this game without playing it. It's been more than a year. And this is why we're doing that stream in the first week of April, so Stardew enjoys. Turn the fuck up. Plus, the great thing is with the new update, apparently it's like default without anything extra special done. Allows you to do 8 people, so we're gonna get just everyone in my friend group. Again, some of those people have been playing Stardew Valley for years, some other people are just kind of getting into it, so hopefully have a good mix of experiences. And then the idea is for us to do that stream. Potentially, I can play Portal with you though, maybe. But use that kind of as the seal, and then see if we can keep up that co-op thing as a longer series on the channel. But you know, either way, I do want to play it by myself. Amazing art, cute characters, writing, LGBT rep, visual novels. This game is literally heaven. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I think it's quite cute as well. Right, so he's saying I'm an invisible roommate, and you shall scarcely see the finest glimpse of me outside of my room unless you decide that you wish to. With much to say, this could be my longest letter yet, but at this point, there's little reason not to save it all for when we are face to face. I will send this letter out post-haste. Is that anything? Is that even wordplay or simply literal now? And wonder that I might have a response from you as soon as tomorrow. Your extremely close friend, Holy Faraday. P.S. And by that I do not wish to make assumptions. It is mere wordplay, you see. P.S. Words fail. See you soon. This man is so relatable. He's just an anxious boy. Words fail. Bro was anxious as fuck. 7th of post summer 1904. My exceptionally close friend. Drama. It is literal and figurative. As the post is now, frankly, much too slow, I have sent the owner up with this letter. Closer than you may have considered. Harry. This is some gay shit. I disagree. Shock. Shock. The drama. Who the fuck is this? No! 21st of post-autumn, 1904. To Professor Harold Ludico. It is uncommon that I write to my staff, but with your regular schedule, it seemed more prudent to. This also ensures that you have my complaint in writing. Your assistant professor is utterly unbearable. Jesus. How dare. I had taken note when you mentioned that he might come from a meaner stock than most of the scholars here, but I scarcely expected that you would have truly employed an absolute nobody like this to our university. How dare— Look at them next to each other! I do love how the visuals are a little bit fucked up. Well, that's not real history, unfortunately, but yeah. So why is Holly so pale? Like a ghost. An eccentric, yes. Sorry. Need to clear my throat. An eccentric, yes. I well expected someone like you to have found an unusual or even bohemian hire, but from his mouth come the most creative and disgusting curses. He managed to stub his toe in the library, and the head of the geology department heard for Faraday let loose with a colourful entreatment that the book cart's mother attempted to fit an animal of considerable weight and size into a portion of anatomy that, unless I'm very much mistaken, book carts lack. Planning to play Portal 2 co-op. I'm down, just contact me then. Yeah, maybe. Depending if Nab comes in faster. He has albinism, is why he's so pale, confirmed by the dev. Okay, fair enough. The Whitehall family has a long and highly respectable legacy, and young Witherby's father's father, oh my god. And young Witherby's father's father was among the first class to graduate from our halls. And both the university and the family have been lavish in their long-standing appreciation of one another. We certainly should and will show a little kindness towards those who've shown such fondness of us in the past. Portal 1 doesn't take long, I don't know about 2 though, I haven't finished it myself. Fair enough. Whitehall's grades must be given a charitable bit of grace in the future, and you will also inform your assistant that he must refrain from comparing students' things that include but are not limited to slow mammals, characters from children's rhymes, inanimate objects utilized for self-gratification. Why is bro comparing stuff to... I may speak frankly, Ludical. For the God's sake, man, get your assistant in order. Your research is promising, and all the more so with him by your side, but you have tenure. He does not. Yours, Professor Simon Beaconsfield, Chair of the Department of Biology, University of Vantage. They're laughing. Okay, they're not taking that incredibly seriously. 31st of Anti-Winter, 1904. The drama's getting good at this. Sips apple juice. It is. Harry, while I could say this to your face, I wanted to say thank you for all that you have done for me this year. I've spoken to the department chair, and though I can tell that he still does not admire my demeanor, he has admitted that the Superna Biology department has flourished this year, that my efforts have made a considerable difference. But without your initial and continued support, I know that I would not have made it. How do you function so well? How do you persist and manage to smile in the faces of all these simpering twits? My home ship may have been little more than a pile of rats, but at least rats do not lie to you. It may have been loud, but what it shouted had little guile. Neither Anatich nor the ship suit me, but it is within the walls of your home that I feel most at ease. You're a bit of a stuffed shirt, and you care far, far too much about what other people think. But not even you can keep a cork in that font of energy and zest you have for life. I had never thought to develop a taste for the opera, and then I'd never known that they write them in languages I understood. or thought to bring a libretto and whisper comments and make jokes, to watch them with a combination of earnest love and sharp tongue for parody, with which you enjoy all your favorite things. I can see you wince when I make a misstep in public, and the shame that I feel for myself was compounded when I realized that I have shamed you as well. But you utilize your social prowess to steer me safely through the ire of those who would hold a grudge, and you chastise me only a little for my missteps. On the ship, shipmates are not as gentle. The crux of the matter is that I wish to thank you, and not only that, I wish to ask if you would accompany me to dinner! Ooh. I know that we dine together several times a week already, and that you hardly bat an eye at the cost of any dinner which I purchase. But I should like to invite you at my own expense. It is nothing fancy, but there is a comfortable pub. And if you would break your little rule for me, I would be very happy to hear what you sound like after a third drink. The esteem I harbour for you is immense, both for your mind, and, as I am bold today, for you as a man. I feel as though I've known you for ages, but still there's so much that I do not yet know about you, and would like to come to know you better. Yours with gratitude and affection, Hawley. He left the last name out! The last name is gone, guys. The private logbook of Harold Lucal. Are we getting his diary, guys? 1st of Midwinter, 1905, New Year's Day. Ah, God. What have I done now? Yes! Let's go! Goat of all time. I didn't think they would actually fuck. That would be so for real. Because the description of this game made it sound like it would just stay in letters and innuendo, but oh my god! The drama. He's so... Shit. Claps! Respect, up for sure. That's so true. But do keep it to English, please. Alexis, the go really delivered with this game. Lots of music. Wait, they are gay? They are gay! Thanks for playing. This has been a prequel to The Case of the Serialized Killer. Drama. You know, like, well, they would also be gay if one of them was a femboy. That's still gay. It's been a prequel to this game. I am listing this. As a game I want to play. Case of the Serialized Killer is a funny ass title. Let me get this. They say no. I mean, they did sleep together, so I feel like that's a bit too late. The Serialized Killer. That's free as well? Holy shit, we are playing that in the future, chatters. People arrive. Sunny! How are you, King? But yeah, this was a beautiful game. People, hey. Aww. I'm good, Allegros. We just finished this game, and it turned out they were gay all along. Claps. But yeah, I give this a 4.5. It was kind of at a 4 before today, but they really, like, surprised me with the amount of queer rep. There was a lot of wit and humor, and I enjoyed that. The dialogue was really well done now that the characters have gotten to know each other a little better. And I love that they actually made them, you know, end up together at the end of the game. So, yippee! If you do want to check out this game, hoping this finds you well, it is a free game, 100% free. It's very well done. A lovely game. So it is on itch.io. I'm going to give you a link, chatters. There you go. If you do want to check it out, play it yourself. Because you can, of course, like, move the little letter around to see all of the art. But yeah, 4.5, wonderful. execution of a cute concept. Very lovely. Are you ready for the next game, lads? Are you ready? This one we've just finished up from a previous stream. But next up, we've got... I don't know if this, like, this is technically not I don't know if this is particularly romancy, but we are going to be playing a game called Missed Messages. That is our next game. I hope you are ready. I have seen this game around, and I'm sure I've watched someone play it years ago. Oop, spoilerinos. Thank you, James. But I don't remember what happens. I just thought it looked cool. Look at the art style. But yeah, if you don't know about Missed Messages, it is another, I think this is also free. Yes, this is another free visual novel, which the description just says, Goth GF's iPhone airdrops you, accept or decline, a love/horror story about life, death, and memes. Copyright music. Is it copyrighted? Well, Soz VOD viewers, it doesn't have a stream mode. That's impeccable timing. Since Fox Society, you were talking about writing some love horror, so this is also a love horror story. Mentions of suicide and self-harm, so if this is something that is triggering to you, keep in mind. Keep yourself and your mental health as a priority. I'll leave this on screen for a second. Right. Pride flags! Perfect for staying inside and finishing my work. But yeah, the art style is super cute. Yo! This outfit must have cost less than $50. One of my friends paid $240 for a t-shirt. For a shirt. I can't relate. I hope you can't relate, mate. The art style's so amazing, people. Wow. Papers. I agree. My precious Madoka Magica poster, which really is just a printout. Hope maintain better, went well, got you moments in the fridge, you alright? You alright, but love you, May. God, they're cute. And some notes from my friend and roommate, May, who's both distant and a total sweetheart. Here we got... Filling my heart by filling my room with plants. Based. Books with titles like Multivariable Calculus to let people know I'm a capable member of society. I have never read them. Based. Flags. Let my crush know that I'm not just being nice when I say they're cute. Real as fuck. Real moments. This person's a lot of tea. Sometimes when I don't know what to do, I make tea. Fair enough. You spent like 20 minutes just looking around the room. The door to the outside world. Go back. Yeah, I'd rather stay inside. Laptop. I need to go work stuff. AX plus BY plus CZ equals D. What even is a 4-dimensional shape? But I'm so bored I can't focus. Can we do some music? Goth GF's iPhone wants to send you a note. What's this? Should I accept it? Of course. Based. Dog memes. Absolute goat. Absolute goat moment. Of course we send a meme back. I wonder if she'll respond. Thank you for dog. Very cute. I hate, accept. Apple. Existential crisis. Why is there so much shit? Welcome. So, Pastel Princess's MacBook Pro, what are you up to? I can't even see anything! Working but can't focus. Based meme. Relatable. Accept. Oh no, I feel that. I hope I'm not distracting you. I also can't focus. I'm procrastinating with makeup right now. Let's see the makeup. I'm sure you worked hard on it. Tell me I'm beautiful, mother. I mean, she's cute. You're the cutest. Aw. Hi, you're the most beautiful. This is so cute. There's too many open windows, though. It's stressing me out. I want you wrapped in my arms like a burrito. Be my burrito. Gino, you're so cute. Go out with me? Of course. Yes, want to meet me later tonight outside my room, 206. How the fuck did that go so fast? Where's this in my life? This is some unrealistic standards. You, me, yes, I'll see you. Very cute, though. Discord. Okay. Later that night, I went out to meet GothGF. Before I left, my roommate opened her door. You're leaving? Hi, May. When will you get back? Probably after 9. Oh. Why? Why? No reason. Okay, bye then. Wait! Before the day ends, happy birthday. You remembered? No one else remembered. I didn't even remember. Of course I remembered.
Happy birthday to you.
Aw, this is sweet.
Happy birthday.
Ooh, what are we doing? Are we doing the dating today, Alu? Yes, we are doing the dating today. We just are about to go out on a date. Holy shit. So welcome in, Quinn. Thank you. Oh, thank you for being my friend. I'm concerned about this. These are pretty people out. This is not our date, this is our roommate. Hello? What? Why are you telling me this? I just thought life is so short. Yeah. Also, warning, this game gave us a trigger warning for suicide and self-harm. So, yeah. In case that is an issue for people just joining in. Letting you know. This is why I'm like concerned, because someone being like, hey, thank you for being my friend. I'm like, It might get sad. It might get sad. We do have, in case this one gets super depressing, we have a more lighthearted game to follow this up. This is more like just visual novels of the stream rather than necessarily super datey games, but they all have dating as a theme. So, I see, haps. Just thought life is so short, why not express my appreciation for the people I care about? In that case, you're also an amazing friend. Thanks for being my friend too. Aw. Worst case scenario, it gets really sad. Yeah, I mean, if it gets really sad, again, we do have a more lighthearted game afterwards. Haha, see you later. Goodbye. It's just such a beautiful game. Well, I met up with GothGF. She told me her name, Amy. We walked to the roof, laid out a blanket, and watched the stars. This is so cute! Where's my date that goes like this, huh? Just saying. Where is that? Sky. The sky is gorgeous tonight. Oh no, sad? People sad? I know, right? I'm forever that girl that gets really excited with the skies and pretty colors. What do you think of when you look at the sky? You have no dates? Not dates that are as cute as this. Nothing for once, only a feeling. Damn. Nothing? I'm saying no one is airdropping me cute memes to ask me out. Admittedly, it's not the season to go outside, really, at night. It's too cold. You know when your mind is constantly noisy? I look at the sky and I realize it's so much bigger than me. My problems mean nothing compared to it, and my mind quiets. It's so poetic. Nobody's asking me out at all. We'll get there, lads. Airdrops. So how many strangers did you airdrop besides me? Everybody that showed up, haha, maybe 5. Did you meet all of them? Yeah, no jokes about killing yourself. Be alive, Tabien. Did you meet all of them? Nah, only you. I'm the only one! You're also the only one to send something back, haha. Arts. So you're into makeup? Hell yeah, I am. God, can you imagine being so powerful you can transform into different people? Stay alive, chatters, haps. Just want a cute femboy boyfriend. Fair enough. Because I can. God is a woman. Based. Makeup artist. Have you thought about being a makeup artist? People giggles. Think I'm that talented? You're sweet. God, that'd be amazing. The competition is fierce though. I'll just stick with it as a hobby. That's fair. If we need someone to practice looks on, I volunteer as tribute. Your beautiful canvas. That's some gay ass shit. I mean, they're literally gay, but you know what I mean. I'll definitely take you up on that. Expensive. Makeup is so expensive though. I know. An eyeshadow palette could cost $50. That's 50 cheeseburgers. That is real. And imagine being caught in the rain when you have a full face of makeup on. Not good, bro. Imagine needing to cry but holding it in because your foundation costs the equivalent of 20 Shamrock shakes. It's $50 a lot, Danky. Depending on the product. I'm not the most... Like, I'm more into skincare than makeup particularly. Like, the most I do is, like, a bit of concealer and shit. Like, it's not gay sex. It ain't gay when wearing socks. Sure. $20 is $20. But yeah, for like some stuff with makeup that I do have experience with, I'm like, who the fuck has the money to spend like €50 on one item? $50 for socks, depending on how many socks. For one pair, that would be stupid expensive. Like $10 is like, $10 is like expensive for a pair of socks. Like a 5-pack. Would depend on the brand, I suppose. $50 for socks is insane, like 5 pairs. I mean, I think $10. It would depend, because $10 isn't €10. $10 is less in euros. That is very expensive, yeah. Because like here, normally a one pair of socks, like a regular one, is like maybe €5 or €6 for one pair. So $10 is like €11. It's a bit less. Yeah. It's a little bit less expensive in $10 per pair to spare. Yeah, like so I would, for a 5-pack, I would pay like half of that maybe. It's meant to be cheaper than buying each pair individually. I don't know, I don't pay with dollars in my country, Danky. No, that's fair enough. It's completely normal to not know other countries as like value for money. I don't know how $50 is to spare. You could do like a currency conversion from your country to $50. Say €1, $1. It's just like the buying power of a dollar and a euro is pretty similar. Even if they're not exactly the same value if you exchange them for another. It's the same with the pound actually as well. So if you're in the UK, which I have been, you buy like a sweet that costs €1. Here it will likely be a pound over there. So, or similar way around. But pounds are higher value than euro, so you get less pounds or more euro. It's like 5 to 10 cents difference, I think. Yeah, it's not like massively, but it's in the same realm. So if like you go out and you buy over here, let's say you buy a sandwich, it's gonna be like £1.50 and it's gonna be €1.50. Or like at like $2. Like it's gonna be in that same realm for a lot of items. But that is only between those 3 places. A lot of people obviously live in different places where the exchange rates are different. So, for example, for me, with my family in Poland, right, the zloty is a fourth of the value of the euro. So, for €1, you get 4 zloty. So, how do we get to currencies? Because of talking about if $50 is expensive for makeup. Are you playing a damn dating game? Pay with zloty. I pay with zloty based. But yeah, zloty is a fourth of a euro. So while like my family, a lot of stuff we do buy. The fuck is zloty? Zloty is the Polish currency. Norway mentioned. Look up. Everything is less expensive when you leave Finland as long as you don't go to Norway. Silly. We got into talking if what Poland doesn't use euro. No, Poland doesn't use euro. It still doesn't. But it's quite convenient if you go over. Like a lot of stuff is for euro users very cheap. Don't objectify the chatters. It's not wanted for most people. I mean, I'm not speaking for other people, but generally, it's a bit impolite. You're the cutest. No, you. Haha, I'll see you later. See you. I had turned my phone off to save battery. On my way home, I checked my phone. Hey, sweetie, how was your day? I'm scared. You're a great friend. It's not your fault. No! When I came back home, I felt cold. Nervous, but I didn't know why. The art style's so pretty, so cute. It is, but I feel like it's about to take a swift turn. Despair. Don't come in. Call the police. They'll know what to do, love May. Don't come in the room. I'm gonna call the police, of course. I called the police as I stared at the door, not blinking. When they arrived, I felt myself looking down at the scene, myself, her, the police that eventually came. A disembodied feeling, no! This took such a turn! I heard myself scream endlessly. Yeah, my disembodied self watched me move and talk like an actor in the surreal circus I found myself in. You know, because a woman is now there's police. Yeah, because the friend... I feel like May wasn't doing so well. I've heard strangers and friends alike talk. Did you hear what happened? No, what? Somebody committed suicide, yeah. It's so sad. Who, where? The second floor. Probably don't know her, May. 21. Feels weak, man? Yeah. No, but that sucks. Most pitied the way she went, but didn't miss her. But I remembered her smile, her laugh, the way she'd be kind in small ways. I couldn't forget her. When new people came into my life, I searched for her in them. I couldn't help it. I hoped she was still here. It was only during the funeral that the reality sunk in. Oh. The funeral I heard her singing, now sad and slow. Her singing when everyone else forgot, and her not being there anymore to remember. Oh. Sad. Then I said to her, my disembodied self crashed down to reality. The pain hit. This time without the anesthesia of shock. This was real. She was dead and we were putting her in the ground. New pets. The end missed. No one saw it coming. Could I have? Was there a message I missed? Everyone's sad, but I'm confused, not gonna lie. I mean, she was all like, you've been such a great friend, and I want to like remind you of how wonderful you were and everything. Okay, I want to try and see if we can save her. Heavy blizzard stretched on for miles. In the distance I saw a figure. May? It's not safe here. May, is that you? Come back. Oh, everything has a good ending. Feels weak, man. She just smiled, looking content amidst the dangerous hail, as if she was going somewhere better, as if she hadn't heard my voice, lost in the blizzard. Don't go, please. Don't go alone. Well, she has pink hair, she does. Disappeared into the snow. I'd missed my chance. I don't want her to die. I mean, we can maybe see... What was that about? I know this one does according to the comments. Does have a good ending, I think. Like people with funky hair colors. Yeah, then why did it start working? Roommate's door, she used to keep it open, now it's usually closed. I remember that dream I had. Bedding though, so cute. The bedding is very cute. Go to the outside world. Go to the bathroom. Egg. I do what I gotta do, then go back. Egg indeed. She has such a cute room. I'd love to have this room as well. Need to work, but I'm so bored I can't focus. What happens if I decline? What's this? Should I accept it? What if we just decline? I spent 30 minutes trying to understand, but ultimately ending confused. What am I, a fool? A hooligan? An oaf with a PhD in buffoonery? I don't understand any of this. I'm just gonna work. Focus back on my work and succeed for some time and get to lose focus again. Roll the word XD. That's weird, I have voices. Seems like they're coming from my roommate's room. Buffoonery. Or my roommate May. Getting closer, I hear voices. Listen. Although my Chinese was bad, I could still detect angry Chinese mother when I heard one. I don't know any Chinese, unfortunately. Too lazy, why don't you... My mother's fast lecturing Chinese sometimes paused for a soft murmur of affirmation, then continued. I feel like I was listening to something I shouldn't have, so I just distanced myself from the door. The noise from my roommate's room has quieted down. I do some work and start wondering when I'll ever have to use this in real life. Where's Bill Nye when I need him to answer my important questions? Get off my roommate. May. Oh my gosh, Sandwich Raiders! Welcome in, kings! We're playing a story game. Warning, this game does have subject matter of self-harm and suicide, so if this is something that is triggering to you, do keep that in mind. Welcome in, I hope you had a great time just chatting. We got one ending already where Hair came in as soon as the Raiders came here. That is perfect timing. Welcome in, lads. I feel like I accidentally... Okay, why am I... Okay. Let me live. Let's try to exit out of the PC. Base door's open. I wonder where she is. Yeah, this time we want to see if we can save her. She in the bathroom? Yes! Oh! I opened the door to my roommate, May. She didn't seem to hear or see me. Yeah, so I feel like, hey, you okay? You're definitely not okay. But okay, I'm fine, I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? Oh, that's creepy. Yeah, be getting food. Pumpkin cat run. Get some snacks. Got to do some after stream stuff to see ya. Why with the scissors though? I guess she didn't have anything else accessible. Enjoy your after stream stuff. Thank you so much for the raid again. Are you really okay? Obviously not. I need to go. I'll hug her. Wait, don't go. Can I hug you? She nodded silently. That's us! Oh, we are tall, Jesus. I hugged her. I wanted to say something yet didn't want to break the silence. After a pause, she spoke. Thank you, I guess I'm not okay. I just say I'm okay because it's a gut reaction. I don't really feel okay, but I don't want to bother anyone. Grey hair is cool. I think that's crazy. I think it's quite cool. Especially you, you're so kind. I made soothing motions on her back. Why are you sad? Bro. Maybe she has depression. Thanks for being here. Of course. Oh, this doesn't look good. I need to punish myself. I don't deserve your kindness, I really don't. Hey, yes you do. You're a good person, of course you deserve kindness. Is there anything I can do? Oh, just hug. Shortly after that day, May moved out. I haven't heard from her since. Before she left, she'd written me a note. I was buried in the blizzard. The snow pelted powerful and unpredictable, never-ending. I weakly cried for help and no one came, my voice lost in the snow. But you saw my messages, you grabbed a shovel, helped, and I could finally open my door. Text her! Of course we're gonna text her! Hey, wanna catch up sometime? I wonder whether she'll reply. I wonder whether she's still alive. Survivor, let's go! We got it! At least as far as we know, she didn't die in this one. Let's go. Surviving one night at a time, thank you for playing. Let's go! We got 2 of the endings. But yeah, if you do want to check out this game yourself, I had a great time with this. I think it has like a bit of a limited scope, but it's a free visual novel game. Like, I don't knock it for that. I'd give this a 4.5 because it has that slightly jarring tone shift in some of the paths that can be a little bit. It's free on itch.io. It is free on itch.io. I think it's also free on Steam. It is also free on Steam. I understand why Red Floor, yeah. But yeah, do check it out if you want to. There's loads of different endings, so if you want to discover the other endings by in your own time, you can. I think this is a gorgeous game. Again, has a bit of a limited scope when it comes to having a lot of time and space. It is. I think it used to not be free on Steam, but now it definitely is. I just double checked. It doesn't have like as much space or means to elaborate on the story, but for what it is, I think it's a very beautiful game, great music, interesting story beats. But definitely, depending on how you go, a little sad. Sure, that's scissors lying there, yeah. Oh yeah, Steve just shows you the cost of the DLC. Oh yeah, fair enough. And then oh, I played this before, have you? We got two endings. We got the ending that was like, victim, I think? And we got the survivor ending. In one, the friend dies, and the other, the friend survives. Yeah, Mist and Survivor, those endings we got. But now we'll go to a slightly more light-hearted game. Food mission failed, people giggles, chocolate fun under the oven. You know, you make it work. Tasty. Tasty indeed. I'm trying to locate this. Pretty sure I already added this to Discord, to Steam. Maybe I didn't. New game, post chat, you have to share. We get some popcats in the chat. Maybe try and locate what I'm trying to find. I'm very sure I did install this. Post champ. Thank you for the hydrate, appreciate it. Oh, I didn't install it. Classic streamer moment. I'm installing the game. If you're wondering, we are playing another visual novel. I know, crazy, but a lot of free queer games, visual novels, and we're playing a game called Lovewood, which is a recommendation from James. This is a fantasy visual novel dating game. Well, I do know it. Yes, you should know it, James, because I got it from you as a recommendation. Before we get into that one, I'll fill up my drink, get all people comfy. See if I can do the options. That's so cute. Is it? I'm hoping we're gonna have a nice, cozy game experience. I just don't know, Windows just really never want to get captured by game capture, so oh, that's not what I wanted. Where's it? There you are. Boop. Now I'm excited. Yeah, look at this. It's like, if you guys have been enjoying any D&D campaigns recently, I feel like this will be in your wheelhouse. So let me read you guys the little plot that it says it has at the start. There you go. You are the new healer in the fairy town of Liebwald, ready to seek adventure, friendships, and maybe even love. Healing physical injuries is like second nature to you, but can you be the balm for your neighbors' hearts as well? It all depends on the choices you make on the way. I doubt we'll play the entire game. Let's finish Baldur's Gate 3 based! I doubt we'll play the entire game today because it's like 2 hours long, and we have already played and streamed for quite a while at this point. But we'll start up this one, and then we'll have something to continue next time we do a stream. Oh, Jesus Christ, a stream like this. I'll get something to drink while you enjoy this beautiful menu screen for just a minute. I will see you. Get all comfy, chat. Strap in for new game. I've come back. Let's dive into the new game. I don't know anything about this except that James recommended it, so the way to read a fairy tale is to throw yourself in. I mean, they're not really proper fairies, I don't think, but either way. When we think of the adventures in fairy tales, we may think of a brave prince slaying a dragon, or princess escaping her tower. The story that we are about to tell doesn't feature dragons, but it does feature a literal fairy. Oh, it's gonna be good. A healer will find who will find their footing in a new home, and possibly even tackle the greatest adventure of all, finding love. What will our protagonist's pronouns be? This will not affect the decision that fate presents you. Him. And of course, he will need a name as well. What will be his name? Yellow! Before our hero Yellow dives into his adventure, he's facing the struggle of phrasing a formally appropriate letter. Okay, let's see. My revered lord. Oh no, he's going to think I'm some kind of bootlicker. Probably wouldn't like that. Yo, Obut, old house! That is a big jump in formality. No. Dear Lord Oberon, it should only take 2 more days of travel for me to arrive in your town of Leapwald. Thank you again for your invitation. I'm looking forward to talking over the details in person. Sincerely, Yellow. Before I can doubt my own writing choices even more, I drop the message in the telegram device and is automatically transferred to the fairy settlement. Modern technology sure is amazing. A few minutes later, I received the reply from Lord Oberon. Just a piece of paper with a thumbs up doodled on it. I guess that means everything is ready for my arrival. Literally just emoji. Do you have any tips for streaming? Yeah, I'd say don't be afraid to try new things out. Follow more what you want to play rather than what you think people are like obsessed with in that moment, like any current trends. Unless you also want to do the trend for your own fun. But don't feel like you have to stream a particular game just because it's popular. Then I'd say it's very helpful to have friends in the space to like be in your chat, but also for you to be in their chats, to make connections, make new friends, play games together, stream together, all that kind of good stuff. And I don't know, just have fun with it. It's try and find the things that you enjoy, and if you feel yourself not enjoying them anymore, it's time to do more experimenting, so get yourself and your name out there. Yeah, that as well. And if you have any cool opportunities coming your way, you know, if you feel excited about them, do them. But don't do them because if it's like a terrible thing, but you're just like, this will be helpful. This might be because I've just watched a whole like long ass video essay on Team 10. Anyone knows. I was like, yeah, that's an example of people doing, like, feeling like they have to take an opportunity because it's a big opportunity, then actually it was terrible. So, don't do that shit. If it seems, like, sus, stay vigilant. Since everything's set for my arrival. On the next day, our travel group passes by the occasional group of humans, but so long as we cover our ears with our hoods, they think we are just a bunch of little nervous people. Finally, around early noon, the village comes into sight, and I head straight for the Lord's residence. Alright, that must be the place. Pause for a moment to gather my thoughts and calm down my nerves. A decision to move to the Northern Fairy Settlement wasn't an easy one, but I think it's about time I build a life of my own, away from the restrictions of my past. The new freedom is exciting. I was never truly independent while living under my parents' thumb. Can't wait to see I can't wait to seek out adventure and new friendships. Before I get ahead of myself, I should try to make a good first impression in what will be my new home. Ooh, that's the Lord. Welcome. Maybe not like, welcome, young one. I trust that your journey was safe and uneventful. For the most part, yes. I encountered humans at one point, but I don't think they suspected anything. My disguise held up. Excellent. It soothes my mind to know that we now have a competent healer among us. Some of my servants have already brought your luggage to the house that you will inhabit. I'll have one of them escort you there. Kinda wish you could date him. I knew you would say that, James. I'll be so worried. This is the most James State option. Make yourself at home and acquaint yourself with the locals. Yes, I'll do my best. Thank you, Lord Oberon. I probably shouldn't tell him that I'm bad at approaching strangers. I'm certain that your magic will be of great service to our community. Oh, Lord Oberon! Hi. A fairy with a messenger bag dashes into the throne room. Everyone looks short next to King. King, I keep saying King. Lord Oberon. But even by normal fairy standards, this fella is a small and agile type. Got a letter from the Lycamorph settlement for you, my lord. Thank you, though I was just in the process of giving directions to our newly arrived healer. Yellow. Oh, you're the new kid. Glad to meet you. I'm Nord. He looks cute. Hi, nice to meet you too. Nord, since you are here, could you show Yellow the way to his cottage? Oberon hands me a small key. Right, sure. I'm on a tight schedule, though. Gotta get to Atlas and deliver the meals for today. We need to do what? Atlas is our local cook. We got a service in, which she makes lunch packs every day, and I deliver them to the villagers. Nifty. Say, Nord, why don't you take Yellow with you? Surely he would gladly help you. Hey, yeah, having an extra pair of hands won't hurt, and you'd get to meet a bunch of folks around the settlement. Not a bad idea. Having an official reason to talk to people would spare me from some of the mortifying awkwardness of starting a conversation. This is some relatable convo. Sure, I'm in. Awesome, when we're done with that, I'll show you to your house. Let's go. Nice. Atlas is a little way off the main village, so we'll have to walk a bit. Shouldn't take too long, though. I'll only be doing once. Thanks for letting me tag along. I wouldn't have been sure how to spend my first day here, so thanks for this. Don't mention it. I know being the newbie isn't easy. You don't mind me asking what exactly is your job? You act as a messenger, but you also do this? I'm more of a general man. That means I deliver letters and packages, but yes. But I help out with all kinds of things. Anything that requires speed, really. My dash lends itself well to do that kind of work. Your dash? It's the type of magic I'm best at. Nord jumps onto a branch to demonstrate. If it's a small gust of wind, has pushed him forward. Despite the force behind his dash, his movements are controlled and light-footed. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, it looks really useful. Are there any other areas of magic you're specialized in? I also got my ability to detect life. Lets me read the auras of every living thing in the area. Yours is really bright and like a goldenish tone. Aw, thank you. After my aura is gold. Wow, cool. Wait, the aura of every living thing? Does that mean you see the auras for plants too? Yep, plants, fungi, animals. I wish you could see it. It's like an expressionist painting when I use it here in the forest. Can't keep it up for too long or I get a headache. Do any particular magic other than healing, of course. I can also create light. Cool. It's pretty basic, but it comes in handy. I can practically do it in my sleep. Ooh, pretty. Nice. Here we are. Hey, Grasshopper. Atlas! The two greet each other with some brusque hugging and a kiss on the forehead. I don't know, I said it weirdly. I brought along Yellow. No, new flesh for the meat grinder. That's Looshed. Oh my gosh, don't scare him. We'll kill you not to mess with the new arrivals for once. You mess with them too. Yeah, but I usually wait until day 2. Alright. He's the new village healer, also helping me out with the delivery today. Nice to have you on board, Yellow. Atlas gives a firm handshake, and even through my glove, I can feel that skin. The skin on his hand is rough. Gay as fuck. Hope you're ready to carry a few jars of food. Sure, I think I can handle that. How are we going to split it? Probably the fastest, so I'll be taking the warm meals. That way I can dash ahead and get them delivered before they're cold. Atlas gets a few jars of what looks to be a thick stew and rubs his hands across them before putting them in Nord's messenger bag. Combining with the fact that his palms are so rough, I think I understand what's up. Do you have heat magic? I do. I'm best at heating up my palms. How warm can you get them? Well, barely enough to be able to light a fire, but I guess if I tried really hard, I could genuinely hurt someone with the heat. I initially specialized in it as a kid because I thought I could learn cool pyromancy tricks. But as it turns out, shooting fireballs from your hand isn't as easy as some people make it look. Alright, nice and secure. Ready to go, Grasshopper? just a moment. Yellow, you remember the way back to the village, right? Yeah, pretty sure I do. Okay, then I'll rush ahead and I'll meet you there when we're both done with our deliveries. Sound good? Yep, I'll see you then. Nord tightly grabs his bag and proceeds to hop onto Atlas's hand, who launches him forward in a throwing motion. Maybe this is Atlas's secondary magic. He's great at throwing things. Either that or he has played a lot of baseball. Judging by how effortless it looks to both of them, they've practiced this combo a lot. Now, as for you, you're going to yeet me through the forest too, right? Pfft, no. I got 3 jars with cold lunch. One is for Blossom, you can barely miss her place when you enter the village. She keeps goats and chickens and some other critters. The second one is for Moth, he's our only dressmaker, you'll easily recognize the tailor shop by its sign. Okay, and the third one, I'd ask you to give that one to Nord when you meet him again. That I can do. I take the jars from Atlas, maybe I should use the chance to chat some more before I leave. No. Looks like you two got your routines all figured out. How long have you guys been doing this lunch delivery? A few years now. We actually know each other since we were little. At some point we noticed there are people who don't like to make lunch every day. Not because they can't cook or anything, but because they're busy with jobs and such. Cooking is my favorite thing to do, and at first I made lunches just for Nord. Letting others sign on for a couple of coins was his idea. Then it became a job I did. Sometimes things fall into place like that. It's great that you can do something you're passionate about, that's true. Yeah, and it's as if I can send some joy to the people of the village without needing to actually interact with them. Introverted king. Absolutely a king of introverts. Pretty amazing if you ask me. Maybe this is the last time I'll be helping you guys out, though I think I should get going for now. Alright, I hope we'll be seeing more of each other soon. Stay safe! I speed walk into the direction of the village. Thank goodness the jars of food in my bag aren't too heavy. This is really more than I had expected of my first day here at the settlement, but I hope I'm doing okay. After all, I'm really just making things up as I go. I can't help but repeat Atlas's instructions in my head while I walk. 1 lunch is for Blossom, 1 for a person called Moth, and the last one for Nord. At least the scenery is soothing my anxiety a whole lot. I'd seen a bit of the village when I went to Lord Oberon's residence, but this is the first time I'm getting a really good look at it. The little farm really is hard to miss. Should I knock? No, there appears to be someone chipping wood in the backyard. Excuse me about you, Blossom. Aye, that would be me. Can I help you? I'm actually just here to bring you food. Heck yeah, fuel for the fire. I've been waiting for this. Atlas makes the absolute best lunches. So I've heard. I hand her the jar and she takes a seat, ready to dig in. Say, have we met before? No, I just arrived today. I'm Yellow. Sweet, feel free to stop by any time for some eggs or some goat milk. I love the little bunnies in the background. So, are you the new healer? That's right. Reminds me, why doesn't the town already have one? A healer? We had one. Pretty good guy, actually. What happened to him? Old age happened to him. I guess that's something even magic can't prevent. Oh. It's true that while healing magic is powerful against injuries and inflammation, there are some ailments that it can't fix. Okay, he had a good life here. We could get by kind of okayish with just regular medicine these last few months. Turns out being able to just magic away small injuries is pretty darn useful. That's why Oberon called out to find a new healer. Makes sense. Good luck stepping into those footsteps. I'm sure you'll do well. Thanks, I'll try. Plus choose a nods. Should I keep the conversation going a bit? Nice work, the animals seem really happy. Thanks, I love my critters, even the goats, those little jerks. Biggest pride are my wool rabbits though, they're quite a handful but it's totally worth it. If you see anybody walk across the street here during autumn or winter, chances are they're wearing at least one piece of clothing that includes bunny wool. That is very cozy. Oh, the coziest, plus the rabbits are just sweet little angels. Blossom seems tough, but apparently even she isn't immune to the power of cuteness. Although most of my wool to Moth, he's best at making stuff from it. Right, the tailor, I have to bring him a lunch jar too. Then I'll let you get to it. Been fun talking to you though. Same here, see you around, Blossom. See ya, neighbor! Stepping back onto the street, it doesn't take me long to spot the tailor shop. The door is open just a tad, probably for the sake of airing the room. It's a pleasantly warm day after all. Someone is sitting inside and working on some needlework. Haven't noticed me yet, apparently they're very focused. What should I do? Knock on the door frame. Gently knock to make myself heard. Lord, is that you? Ah, no, it's me, a person you don't know. Very smooth yellow. Oh my, a fresh face. Who do I have the pleasure of meeting? I don't know, this guy just gives me Shakespeare energy. I'm yellow, the new healer in town. Enchanté, the name is Moth, Tailor extraordinaire, at your service. Alright, speaking of service, here's your lunch from Atlas. Why, thank you, love. Please be so kind and put it on the table. I'll get to it in a moment. Do as he says. Say, I couldn't help but notice that your cloak has a truly masterful cut. Classic southern pattern, if I'm not mistaken. You can tell where I'm from just by looking at the style of my clothes. Wouldn't be much of a tailor if those matters wouldn't stick out to me. There's very neat seams too, and the way the fabric flows is just wonderful. Ah, yeah, it's my favorite cloak. Very light and comfy. You have excellent taste in fashion. Oh, thank you. Though I hope you also brought some warmer garments along. Won't be summer forever, after all. Brought a warmer jacket, but I already heard that it can get really freezing up here, so I may need something stronger than that. Something like a durable yet fashionable coat, handcrafted by a master tailor to be appropriately flattering to your figure while withstanding the forces of winter. I'm not sure if I should already spend money on fancy clothes. I mean, I just got here. Right, I got a little carried away. Give it some thought, though. I'd love to create something for you. I will. What were you working on just now? Just some pillowcases. A little something for my own home. Say, could you do me a bit of a favor? Depends on what the favor is. I just noticed I'm running low on buttons, but that means I still got plenty. But they're too fancy to be wasted on pillowcases. The traveling salesman in town square just outside usually sells some. Could you fetch me a few? Can do that. Still have some time to spare. Wonderful. What I'm looking for are buttons that are no larger than a thumbnail. Color is irrelevant, with at least 2 holes, preferably 4. I'm sure I can remember that. Thank you so much for your help, love. No problem, bucko. We're back at new time. No time. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Yeah, I can definitely notice that I can't do, like, too much longer today of this game. Like, I'm enjoying it, but it's just 2 hours of non-stop reading out loud is... I make more mistakes talking. Also, the voice is dying. Remember to save the game. Okay, I will. I'll do a security save just now. I step back into the open air and try to look for some buttons. Really only one little sales cart near the center of the town square. I guess that's them. Ooh. I was wiping a few prices off a chalkboard with a wet sponge. Hi there, you the merchant? No. I mean... the music cue. Not pointed themselves as if to correct themselves. I love this outfit. Hey, I'm Yellow. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Point at the sign that says Alett's Herbs and Trinkets. Alright, Elephant is. They nod. Apparently they're not much of a talker. Be having a look around. The wares feature a wide array of clutter. Small gemstones, tools, dried herbs and nuts, writing utensils, even animal bones and teeth. Pretty mixed bag, but sure enough, I find a handful of buttons too. How much for these? Alex quickly has to look over the buttons I pricked out, then holds up one finger. Just 1 coin, sounds very fair. Even while I'm paying, Alex looks kind of anxious and fidgety. Faced. Is there something in my face? Yes! Alex winces and shakes their head. It's okay, I get nervous talking to new people too. No need to stress out. Alex takes a deep breath and looks a bit more relaxed now. They're making a gesture I assume means thank you. Oh, that's nice! Some sign language representation. Girl in overalls. Hey, Aleph! Before either of us can do or say anything else, a young woman rushes to the pushcart. She doesn't even seem to have noticed me yet. How are you doing? Terribly. Heh, nice. Did you already get your hands on those seedlings I asked about? Aleph nods and picks up a small flower pot from behind the counter, then triumphantly hands it to the girl. Awesome! I already know the perfect spot for this one with lots of sunlight. Aw, this person's cute. I hope it gets along with the strawberries. I'll just have to try it out. Once it's grown, I can finally get started on that new potion project. I mean, I technically could have gone with dried ingredients, but having fresh ones is always more effective. Kenneth looks calm with this young lady around. We're a strange pair. One talks a lot, the other very little. Oh wait, there's another person here. I wasn't just interrupting something, right? Not really, don't worry. I'm not great with faces, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen yours before. Right, I just moved here, I'm yellow. Nice, I'm Kylene. Why did you move here of all places? Seems like a good enough fit. I'm here to fill the healer position. Ah, you're a healer. That's so cool. Do you use herbal remedies to go along with your magic? Sometimes, though. Usually I can get by with magic alone. We should exchange notes sometime. My garden is full of plants with healing properties. I bet we could boost the effectiveness of your cures a lot. We're providing ingredients for the local medic, so I know a few things about soothing medications and painkillers. You're learning a lot, though. It's a constant work in progress. Especially cures for digestive diseases can be so complicated, and don't even get me started on stuff that affects the neural system. I do love how that middle option is always the rudest one. I'm gonna say, I guess we'll be seeing more of each other in the future. Yeah, just hit me up whenever you like. My house is the one with the large garden over there, the one with the treehouse. Oh, I'm rambling. You look like you got places to do. Yeah, they are really silly. See you guys later, right? Yeah, let's hang out soon. See you, Yellow. Bye. Having acquired the handful of buttons, I hurry back to the tailor shop. Moth has apparently finished his lunch while I was out. Did you just give me this task so you could eat in the meantime? Perhaps. Did you find something? Show up the buttons. Ah, yes, these will do nicely. Thank you, love. That means I can get back to work. Now, where did I put... Oh, that was him. Now that means I can go back to work. Now, where did I put... Moth looks around cluelessly. He then appears to focus for a moment. And a roll of a yarn knocks against the back of his head. Ah, there it is. Wow. Do you have a poltergeist in here? No, sorry. I probably should have warned you. It's just my magic. Some kind of telekinesis. Yes, more specifically, a pull or seeker spell, as some people call it. As you could guess, I can use it to pull things towards me. The wonderful part is, I don't even need to know where the thing is. Must be great when you lose something around the house. It's a blessing, you have no idea. Shouldn't use it on knives or needles, though. I acquired that knowledge the hard way. Ouch. Indeed. Should get back to work, see you around, Moth. Of course, have a splendiferous day, love. This is the most camp motherfucker ever. Chores done, now time to find Lord. Hey, that was easy. If I didn't keep you waiting. No, I just got done with my deliveries too. Perfect timing. I got one more lunch left. Atlas says it's for you. Ah, how sweet. You must have remembered that I prefer eating during my afternoon break, so I'm not super full while I'm running. But before I stuff my face and collapse into a food coma, I'll show you to your house, as promised. Lord bounces towards a cottage built from dark wood. Then I unlock it with the key I got from Lord Oberon. I want to see our house. Aw, this is quite cozy. Ta-da! Lord wiggles his hands at the interior as if he's revealing the winner of the Home Society Beauty Showcase. It's looking a little bare, but I'm sure you can liven the place up. Rustic, I think I like it. In that moment I remember what Blossom told me. Wait, speaking of livening things up, this place didn't belong to a dead guy, right? What? Why would a dead person own a house? No, I mean, this wasn't the home of the former village healer who passed away, was it? Oh, no, don't worry. I think a carpenter just finished building this place a few weeks ago. You should be the first one who lives in here. You believe in bad omens? I'm sure if there were a former owner in the shape of an angry ghost, they wouldn't just be hanging around their old home all the time. Hey, you never know with these things. Just wanted to be sure. Ah, your bags are already brought here too. Is everything there? Hope so. At first glance, nothing seems to be missing. Great. Then I'll leave you to it. Will I be seeing you around? Of course. At the Midsummer celebration a few days, if not earlier. And what now? Oh, nobody told you about that yet. The whole village will get together for the annual Midsummer celebration in 6 days. How do you guys celebrate? Oh, you know, the usual. Making bloody sacrifices to the war gods, burning books. Sheesh, I'm just messing with you. We'd never do anything like that. Right, I knew that. The Midsummer party's just an evening of dressing up fancy, enjoying good food, and having fun. Lord Oberon opens the court to everyone, and the evening usually starts with a traditional ballroom dance. Lots of small private gatherings. That's neat. If you ask someone specific to join you for the Midsummer celebration, that's a pretty big deal. Like a really fancy date. Though if you ask me, going as a group of friends is just as much fun. I see. I certainly don't know anyone around here well enough to ask them out, but who knows what strange things will happen over the course of the next few days. Does Nord have a date? I'm kind of curious, but it would be pretty inappropriate to ask. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. I barely know him at all. Thanks for letting me know. I'll be looking forward to this party. You're welcome. Don't strain yourself on your first day, alright? Yeah, I'll try. See you around. Rod closes the door behind him. I acquaint myself with the little cottage. Very clean except for a bit of dust. Not a bad place to start. Even though I feel like I didn't do too much today, my head feels really heavy all of a sudden. Apparently the traveling fatigue of the last few days is catching up to me now. Just take a little nap before I can do anything else. Okay, yeah, I was about to say, surely that's like the structure of the game, where this Midsummer thing is like the finale of the game. We'll save. This seems like a perfect spot. Day 1 done. I'm very intrigued by this game so far. The characters seem charming. I like the art. And I do want to see, like, I like that structure. It's very much like Monster Prom with the whole, oh, there's a big ball at the end and we can ask someone out, maybe, or maybe not. No idea. Saves. But yeah, we'll continue playing this next time we do dating games / visual novel time, I guess. So this is super fun. If you're new here, do follow. We play a bunch of indie games all the time. So you don't want to miss out. And that's will be it for today. I definitely can't do more than 2 hours of the really dialogue heavy games where I have to read out loads of stuff. But I had a wonderful time today. Hoping this Finds You Well was lovely. Missed Messages was also really good. A stream ending. Yeah, basically, yes. And Lovewood has been very promising so far, and I'm excited to continue it sometime soon. Next stream will be on Wednesday with a demo day. You don't want to miss that one. It will be an early stream starting 4 p.m. GMT. So any early boys, you have that one. And then on Thursday, we're doing taking funny online quizzes. So if you haven't submitted anything for that yet, you can still submit. Let me give you the link, chatters. So we should like. I haven't looked who's. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. Sorry, chat. That's the game. It didn't copy over. This is the one I was looking for. If you don't know, I'm doing a stream on Thursday in the evening where I take a bunch of City Online quizzes. Some I've picked myself, but the majority will be ones that you submit. So if you want me to take a certain quiz on stream, do submit it until Thursday. Submissions are still open. I'm very excited for that. It's going to be a fun time. I'm going to send you over to Vic. If you don't know, Vic, in case you aren't, is quite is an artist I've admired for a long time, for like 10 years. And she recently started streaming, and I've been watching a bunch of her streams. She's a really cool artist. At the moment, she's been doing a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender art. So I'm sure you'll have a banger time with her chat. I will be there also. And we will see each other for stream 4 p.m. GMT on Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it.